Austin, Texas, home to technological and cultural advances, but for everything going on in this city, the hub is bathed in burnt orange, and it is DKR and the Texas Longhorns. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? And the Sharks ready to get this thing started and open the season. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. That one might violate every return rule in the book as he's out of bounds at his own 5. The Longhorns will be in a hole thanks to that short return. And when you take the field with the confidence, the swag that this guy does, David, it just really elevates your confidence in the passing game.
Receivers don't usually lack confidence, and those are the guys that kind of set the tone. And that swagger sets the tone for this offense. And, Jesse, you know he's going to make plays.
And that speed scares defenses, too, because he can take the top off quick. These safeties better get back deep, or else this guy's going to take it to the house.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Quickly complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And the Longhorns want to crank the tempo.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Pulls it in. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns! And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
The Sharks offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys.
It's complete. A huge pickup. Right down the gut of the field.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Trying to find his man on first down. Using the quick game. They get him down after he makes the catch.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. He runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. He's looking to throw. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Quarterbacks and receivers have got to be on the same page with respect to hot routes and sight adjustments. And those always happen when DBs come blitzing and they come running free like that. You can't put that one on the offensive line. That's on the QB and his receiver not being on the same page.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Pulls it in. It's Robertson. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. He'll do it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Trying play action. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
The Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but
looking for a huge play. Makes the grab at the 10. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Auburn had an impressive showing there on the Plains, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Bo Jackson is impressed with this one. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Here's the handoff. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Just outstanding vision from the young freshman on that run. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Leaves it with the running back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in the hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll run play action. Unloads to the right. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Facing a third down and short from the 26. They'll try to run for it. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on fourth down. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. And the Longhorns will hustle to the line.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, fourth down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
He's got his man. Still running at the 40. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. The Longhorns look to keep this drive humming. Going up top on first down. To catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. This is hardly the start they dreamed of, down 21-3. But get a touchdown here and you feel like you're back in it, Jesse.
Yeah, and it's frustrating for this offense as well because they've got the horses. They've got playmakers to light this scoreboard up, much more than the 3 points we're seeing here. I think you just got to stay true to yourself. Do you, David, and know that the points are going to come.
Well, it's also frustrating when the defense is giving up points almost every single possession. So they need to score here and take this down and have a good drive, and then the defense needs to pull their weight a little bit too.
Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. The Sharks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Running game got stuffed on first down, still from their own 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll leave it with him. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Sharks will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Quarterback checking off. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Great play by the defensive back, showing you his variety of skills. His ability to turn the hips, his speed running downfield, turning his head to locate the football and then swatting it away. You just can't do it better.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Texas!
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But
they're going to get him for a safety, trying to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. He'll start this drive firing. He'll take a deep shot here. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Snags it down the right side. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Longhorns! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who can score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll start this drive with a pass. Unloads to the wideout. That is just a sideline clinic. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. The corners are walked up tight. He's going to pass. Caught over the middle. It's McGowan. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down. He's looking for a man on second down. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Got room on the return. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute, throwing and running the football.
And is it for this defense to get a stop down right now before the half? They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. He makes the catch. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Shoves back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. They'll go to the air. Looking to the big tight end. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
He wants to throw here on second down. It's complete, and he will score. Touchdown, Texas! Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. This is ultra aggressive. Still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. On second down, he'll let it fly. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Quick strike complete. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
And first down for the offense.
Looking to move it through the air. With the catch, it's Williams. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. He saw man coverage, and the idea, just get it to my receiver as quickly as I can and let him work, David.
See man and see the cushion and see the guy backed up a little bit. Now I know I can get it to him right now and get a positive gain.
And it's 3rd down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And after finishing off one drive with a field goal, they'll try it again, this time a 47-yard try. They'll send out the kicker here. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
That makes the score Texas 44. Sharks 6.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking to go up top on first down. He tries to take the top off. Grabs it inside the 10. They finally get him stopped. Man, oh man, did he almost make a play to end this half, but stopped on a touchdown-saving tackle. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They're working that left side. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. And this field goal attempt will be a 48-yarder and not straight on from the left side. Between the uprights, it's good. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll start the return inside.
Runs out of bounds.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man to go.
This offense is so deep, it's teetering on the edge of a safety. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. And the Longhorns headed quickly to the line.
Hey, man, they've got a big lead on offense, and they are still taking shots. They are challenging this secondary deep down the field. They barely know.
He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go!
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off the blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
And it's just so hard. You watch this team on tape week after week after week, and there's just not a lot of space. What great backs, not good backs, and not a lot of all.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Looking for more room. At the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Longhorns! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
First down for this offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Running with power. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Can't get him to the ground. At the 45 on his way. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
At the 38. And that's a first down for the offense.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Unleashes one deep. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Sharks.
Touchdown, Sharks.
And with that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line and leaves the offense in a big hole. On the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's loose. The 10. Touchdown, Texas. And the pummeling has started.
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Bullock. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes the offense onto the field again. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Off play action. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
They're going to ride this running back. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. They'll keep it on the ground to the right.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
Touchdown, Longhorns! And the beatdown has ensued.
Loving what I'm seeing from this offense this week. And talking to them, they felt like last week's win was a lot closer than what it should have been. They didn't play to their full potential, but they did that here in this game. When they're hitting on all cylinders, they are scared.
He'll bring it out. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. He's looking to throw it. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. After the big first down sack, it's second down.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
They feed him again. Shakes off the defender. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a great individual play, and I love quarterbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution.
Hit the afterburners, kid. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach, you saw it on that play.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver coming across in motion. A run for the quarterback. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! And the punishment has been extended.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, this guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. To the air, it's Grimes. And his first throw here is incomplete.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
It's caught downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Quarterback and receiver on the same page there on the curl route. Nice job by the receiver finding the soft spot in zone and just settling down, making that throw a whole bunch easier.
Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Sharks getting set on 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the fourth quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
Trying to get to it. Blasted as he lets it go. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
How about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Got some room headed to the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Offense set on first down. He wants to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off.
Encroachment defense.
Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense.
Here we go.
They'll take the help from the penalty, but it's still 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Grimes. Finds his tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Comes out throwing on first down. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just you